So tell us a little bit about this record in the sense of how it's a resurrection.
Well, I feel that I've been through the last 5 years my own self journey. I haven't written new material in a long time, and my life has changed in different ways. From my career, I changed record label and management, and then kind of almost at the same time, then I decided to have a divorce, and then when I felt like I was just coming back to life, my life was feeling like it was getting back to wanting to write new material, then cancer came. So I've been kind of slowed down and sped up at certain moments the last 5 years, but I really do feel it's all been for the good and all for a better purpose. So resurrection in my title of the album is because I found myself again, but in a way I got better. Kind of like a wine, I got better with age.
And so what you've been through in the sense of your cancer, would you call it a disease? Would you call it an experience, a journey?
I definitely call it cancer. I don't try to magnify or make it sound any more glamorous. What I've chosen to do with it is I've chosen to be more of a humanitarian to help other people because of my own situation I've been through. I want to now help other people with their journey that they're going to have. So it became now, in a way, a little bit of my calling,
Do you feel stronger?
Yeah, I think everything in life, little bits by little bits, makes me stronger. Not just having gone through cancer, but everything about what I've gone through, and even attempting to write a new album and seeing the new songs that I write and hearing them, I feel a stronger me has come out of these experiences.
And could you give us just a quick sort of summary of your career from 95 to the present? Just to, not a summary, but really just the sort of
Like a
review of
highlights?
Do you see it as a upward progression?
Well, what I will say is when my career started, which I got my deal in 1998, and in 1999, my first single was released late in 1999. And from that moment on, it was like a roller coaster. Not a roller coaster, just a fast ride. Not a roller coaster as much as a fast ride, and it was an up roller coaster. It just kept going up. It never had twists, it never had turns. It was like, oh my gosh. And then eventually there was, I was going up, 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 and then 2003, cancer. It went not for my career, but for my spirit. It went down. And I wrote another album, and it's like as if when I went down, it just went boing, whoa, and it just kept going back up. I didn't even have a chance to do this again. It was like right back where I started and continued to be so busy. And I needed time out. Around 2000, the middle of 2006, I was like, this, I need to slow down. And different things happened in my life. I got married, and then I left a record company. I decided to sign with a new record company. I decided to have a new album, and they directed me in a little bit of a different direction, more R&B. Not really what my fans were looking for, to be honest, not really what I wanted to do. But I tried it. It could have worked. And I was lucky because the record company and me could part on good terms. So I was able to leave that record company, and so then this is the last 5 years I left that record company. I then left management and left the marriage, and then I had a period of time where it was about 2012, and I felt like I was ready to do new material, but I wanted to do a covers album first before I wrote originals. And the record company I was signing with agreed to give me a 2-album deal, and I could do the covers album first. And it was brilliant. I loved it. I picked the producer I wanted. I picked amazing songs that I loved. I never sang them before, but I love singing them. And it taught me a lot about things I never even knew about my own artist, I think, doing that album. And then I was just finishing singing some of the songs with an orchestra. It was this amazing performances that I was doing. And it was the beginning of 2013. I was ready to write a new album, and cancer came back. That was kind of, what last year was for me, was cancer came back. It had to slow me down because of the surgeries, but mentally I was so on fire. I was so excited to be back finding my artist again, that in between, when I would feel good, I would take periods of time where I would write and sing the songs, and that's what you get to hear in Resurrection is, small periods of time when I could actually not be so sick and be able to write some songs that made me feel good and I wanted to say and feel. And now I'm resurrected.
Durante todo este tiempo, desde que empezó su carrera musical, ¿ha tenido alguna vez no sé si tentación o ganas de dejarlo?
And all this time, have you ever been tempted to just quit music?
Yeah, of course. I think in my career, the part the part that always had been difficult for me was a lot of people in the business may not be that kind. They're sometimes undependable. They don't really tell you the truth. It's unpredictable, and if you're happening, they love you, and if you're not happening, they don't, and it just is like, it's like a lot of different things, but in the music industry, it's kind of always been, how do you look and how do you sound, and very judgmental, and that's the part I don't like, but I can't change that about the job that I do. And so instead of not liking it and thinking I want to stop singing because people aren't nice, I realized that I just sort of have to not pay attention to them and not have to be mean back, just sort of let them do their own thing. And I believe that what you reap, you sow. And God knows good and God knows ugly. And He will make those decisions for you. You don't necessarily have to make any decisions. It's just faith, you know.
Respecto al papel que juega la mujer en la música, yo no sé si tiene la sensación de que quizás ciertas artistas, ¿no? O se fija demasiada atención en un aspecto muy frívolo de la participación de las mujeres.
But women in the music business, do you think that it is that they are portrayed or portray themselves in a way that is just way too superficial or frivolous or image-based?
I think that the way that female artists are projecting themselves now, it's a fad. I don't think it's going to last, but it's what they want to do. I would not do that. But that's me. I'm an artist who has never done that, and I don't, just because they're doing it, I don't want to do it. I put my stomach out when I was younger. That was good enough for me. That was plenty of, you know, a little bit of cleavage, and my abs, that was good. But I think that it's just kind of, what more can they do? They're all naked. Like, they can't do anything else, can they? Like, I don't know what else there is to do. Like, put clothes on is the next step. Like, they have to go backwards to do something different than they're doing now. Because right now, they're having sex and being naked on stage. So I guess it's kind of like wearing a nun's outfit would be the completely opposite situation, and maybe that would be different. But I personally don't mind if they want to do those things. If I had a daughter, it would be different. I would have way more judgment, but I don't have a daughter I have to worry about looking at these things. So I can't really judge in that way from a mother's perspective, but I get mothers and I get the protection that they don't want their sons looking at the girls like that and their daughters thinking, oh my God, that's great, I want to wear that at 10. So I do understand the controversy, but some people think right now that controversy is talent. I don't think so. But I'm an old lady, I can say that. Thank you. Perfect.
So 2 more press.
All right, girlfriend.